DBL Nation. Welcome to the break room. I'm Kelly Schuberth.
And I'm a raven.
No.
Caw! No,
Did they make that noise? I don't know.
Ravens are really smart. I'll tell you a whole thing about that. I'm Tori Shulman, by the way. Welcome to Break Room. We have our frothy coffee in the mornings to discuss, this and that.
Do you guys drink iced coffee in the wintertime, or are you super against that? I'm just curious.
It's a really good question.
It is. Some people drink it year-round. Some people are really against it in the wintertime. And look, there's Chris saving the day with our rundowns. Thanks, Chris. So we're tracking, obviously, the government shutdown. It's now day 25. The issue with this is that there is no end in sight right now. We're basically at a gridlock, which is what we've been telling you for the past few days. But
I'm kind of getting sick of talking about it.
I'm sick of talking about it, that's for sure. And I'm sick of saying the same thing every day, which is that there are no talks scheduled for today and that we are still at a stalemate. So the TSA, that blue flu, it keeps getting worse and worse.
Whoever coined that, super
good.
smart.
I love the blue
because
flu.
now that encapsulates everything.
It does, because they're calling in sick because they can't wear their blue uniforms to work. If you don't understand what it meant by blue flu,
I think a lot of people didn't understand that.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what it means. We just got new info from the TSA who says that calls in sick have gone up 137% from this time last year. So lots of people calling in sick. We don't have an exact number, but 137% is quite a lot. In the meantime, members of the U.S. Coast Guard, 43,000 of them are also working without pay. They're supposed to get their paychecks today. They will be getting pay stubs with $0 on them, as we saw with the 800,000 last week. We're just repeating ourselves. I know it's getting boring talking about this, but this is the top story. This is the story that's trending. This is what's happening in our country right now.
You know what's ironic?
What?
I feel like we're beating our heads against the wall, and the wall is what we're freaking talking about.
It's so true. That is ironic.
And I don't
should say that on the show today.
Okay, thanks.
That's good. I like that.
I don't know. I don't have an iPad at all, so I can't get to any of your comments.
We're good. Let's see.
Okay, I want to get your comments in here and let everybody know. So we want to know what you guys are thinking about the shutdown. Are you shut down because of the shutdown? Are you tired of it? Are you sick of it? At some point in negotiations, someone's got to do something. You can't just have a stalemate, or else we gonna lose a lot more money than we thought we would. So at this point, I'm kind of sick of talking about it. I really am. You know what I feel like? I feel like an adult babysitter that's like, I'm dealing with a child, and I'm like, I'm no longer having this conversation with you. You figure this out. I'm going downstairs and watching a really crappy Modern Family because I'm really bored. You deal with this, and I'll talk to you later. End of discussion.
All right,
a mom should take care of everything. Get them. Yeah.
We've got some comments coming in from DBL Nation. I'm going to check them out here right now. Facebook. Oh, they're talking about the Gillette commercial. We'll talk about that in a minute. What? Okay. John Venturini also chiming in. He says, "Good morning, nation." He just says, "Good morning, nation. Good morning, aw, caw," he says. He says he likes an iced Americano with an extra shot. Tammy says, "Hi, DBL."
What's up, Tammy?
Kevin drinks it both hot and cold during the winter, hot in the morning and cold in the afternoon. And Jenny Brown Garcia on Facebook. Thanks for joining us this morning, Jenny.
What's up, boo-boo?
Jenny says, "Love you, Tori. You're awesome."
Oh my God, Mom, stop writing in.
Big deal.
No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Yes, notice how many more comments we got about coffee than the government. It's just like, come on. So y'all can write in. We have a lot more to talk about today. But again, I think that here's one thing Trump's really great at is feeling the mood, and the mood is shifting, and shifting quickly, and we're all getting really tired of it, even those on his side. For the first time, his base, white men with no college education, 47%. For the first time, he's in the red for people that disapprove. That's when you're going to start to see the tide shift.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The tide shift,
right?
Is that the saying?
Yeah, the shift in the tide. Yeah, you're going to see the tide shift.
I keep saying that, but then there's no shift. There's no tide shift.
There's no said tide shift. So yesterday at Atlanta's airport, just continuing to talk about the TSA.
Oh, I saw this video.
3 hours to get through security.
Did you see this, guys? If you haven't, it's amazing. It's online. Someone said, this is the longest line I've ever seen. They did a time lapse. It just kept going and going and going and going. And then I was like, I've never seen a longer line.
And we actually have some members of DBL Nation. John Venturini sent us a picture this morning from BWI Airport, and that's
in Baltimore.
Had no lines. No lines at all. He got through
LaGuardia.
Really swiftly.
Okay, so it's different airports.
And John Venturini is so nice. He said he did try to give them some sort of compensation, and they were not able to take anything, which was very nice.
I almost tried to tip.
And I think it's nice to do that. I think it's a nice thought. Obviously, they're not allowed to accept that, so that's a bummer.
Stephen Hill, who always writes in about my observations about our hair and our makeup, just wrote in, GM guys, good morning. Tori, compliments to your eye makeup guy. Dre, it's a new palette that I've been telling everyone about. It's super cheap. Look at ColourPop, COLOUR, the English way of saying it. Man, the pigment stays. If you're into makeup, I highly recommend it. I was overserved at dinner and ordered a lot of ColourPop makeup, and it just came, and now everyone's enjoying it.
I love it.
Okay,
DBL
sorry.
Nation, we've got some other comments coming in from you guys. Kevin is joining us on YouTube. He says, I'm sick and tired of this government shutdown. I'm done with it all. Brandy Sprong joining us on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, Brandy. She says, I'm over politics in general. Me
Can you guys
too.
believe this? Tori Shulman's about to say this. So am I.
I was waiting for like a sound effect to come up, and it never came.
It never came, but that was better. The silence
It
was
was
important.
good. It may be a little awkward and
Do I look like
uncomfortable, which politics are.
I'm so sick of inaction. At this point, a 3-year-old could figure this out. Take the wall off the table just so people can get paid. I think we can all agree. Do we want a Coast Guard man or woman that is
Gonna come
serving
save
our life?
you? Yeah.
Do we want him or her to have money? Yes.
Yes.
I think we can all agree.
Same with the TSA officers. They're
So,
saving you.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, it's crazy.
Protecting you on a
so
plane.
whether or not you dislike the government, the administration, now we all agree these people need to get paid, and I'm sick of saying it.
Okay, ready? Now it's time for my favorite story of the day. This is the best story of the day. You can argue with me all you want, but I'm going to win because it's the best story. So,
I think I know what this is.
We have many, many French fries.
Okay, yeah.
So, President Trump last night hosted the Clemson Tigers, which this is a touchy subject for me because I'm an Alabama fan, but they... No, it's okay. Alabama always
Where
wins.
is Clemson?
South, north... Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were like teasing me because
No,
I
I
don't
was
know. You
asking.
don't know.
No,
Where is Clemson?
I thought you were questioning me.
Do you guys
North
know?
or South Carolina?
I'm picturing Tigers. Do you know?
One of the Carolinas, right?
We are awesome at sports.
I think it's one of the Carolinas.
Athletics.
John Venturini is going to get on us
Somebody
for this one.
write
I'm
us
pretty
in
sure
about
it's
this.
coming in. So he hosted them last night, but because of the government shutdown, the kitchen staff at the White House is not there because they're furloughed.
Irony.
So that's funny. So President Trump has to pay for the meal himself. So Leo, can you go ahead and pull up the picture? And Domino's. And as you can see in this photo, President Trump is very, very satisfied with the spread. He noted in his remarks when he was talking to the team that he loves fast food himself, which we've heard before. This one offended me a little bit. He said he was going to have the first and second lady make salads.
Who's
But
the second lady?
the vice president,
I know. No. It's Mrs. Pence.
well, he called her the second lady.
I don't think that's what we call her. Anyway,
He called her the second lady,
Yeah,
so
never
I
heard
thought that was a
Okay.
term.
I
So-
could be wrong.
No, I don't know. That's just what he called her. And so
You can say he's loving it.
He said that, right? That was a good one. Now, my favorite part is that, like, the ranch dressing little condiments are, like, in a silver tray.
Wait, can I show you what the tweet
Yeah,
that's
show
going
the
viral?
meme, show the meme.
Okay, so this is W. Kamal Bell on Twitter and Instagram, and I just put it on my Instagram, and I need more followers, so go ahead and follow me. It says, White House staffer choking back tears. I guess we could use the Lincoln gravy boats for the McNugget sauces. And they did use fancy silver, if you guys can see, for the McNugget sauces. And he's lighting a candelabra of probably some beautiful antique of probably Mrs. Madison or former First Lady Polk or something, and this poor man has to light it amongst the Burger King. And it's just a really funny image. I mean, it sums up optically, I think, what a lot of people feel.
Yeah. So one of the quotes he said is, "This is good stuff, good American food." Again, he said he was going to have the first and second lady make salads, but he told the team he knew they wouldn't be into salads. So he's like, what are they going to be into? They're going to be into fast food. Here's my problem. They eat fast food all the time on the
That's
road.
true.
They
They
get that
travel
all
a
the
lot.
time.
Yep.
This should be a special meal. I don't care if the president has to pay for it. Can you, like, splurge for some Maggiano's buffet or something? Like,
Isn't Maggiano's delicious?
it could have been anything. You could
good.
have done anything, and you got fast food for them? That just seems, not to mention, these poor players said it was cold. They said
Yeah.
the fast food was cold.
And then someone said to me, there's nothing worse than cold McDonald's. And I thought to
Ew.
myself,
Cold French
is there any
fries?
fast food that y'all like cold? And I thought, no, there really...
Chick-fil-A,
Taco Bell.
Chick-fil-A, I'll eat like Chick-fil-A
Pizza,
chicken
but I'm saying
nuggets.
burgers. Are there
No.
any burgers that you would
In-N-Out,
like cold?
maybe. In-N-Out, maybe.
Oh, wait, hold on. Bin 31 says
Oh,
cold.
Arby's? Okay, but that's not a burger.
I found
That
this
would-
both
that
hilarious
was-
and sad, but doesn't his hotel have a restaurant? Couldn't he have just had them cater the food for the event or a small restaurant in DC?
Yes,
I'm
indeed,
from
he
DC.
could have.
People have made it, they would have had an honor for doing that. So you're absolutely right.
I mean,
there was
even
something
a
American.
buffet.
Yeah. I think he kept saying this is American food. It looks American. Remember, the president himself admitted to having 3 fillet of fishes a day and a chocolate shake. So that's his ongoing major dinner, his routine dinner. So to him, this might have been, I'm having dinner with the guys. To the American people, it sort of looked a little cheap and weird. But maybe you disagree with me. I wouldn't want cold burgers if I was invited to the White House.
All right, we've got Michael Turner chiming in on Facebook. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Ooh,
on
I think we got
Facebook.
a debate going.
Yeah, Michael says, "What's up with you chatterboxes? I've just found this website by accident. Oh, I'm so happy you did." He says, "You two are pretty cool. You can carry on though. Wouldn't want to live with either one of you. Yakety, yakety, yak." Well, Michael Turner, that's a good thing we didn't invite you to live with us. But I am so happy you have joined us. We like to talk about the top trending stories here on The Break Room, and you can join us. Or...
Okay, and now Angie Boyd Walter says Trump could serve them a 5-star meal himself and you still would complain. No, I do hear you. I do hear, wait, let me be honest. I hear you. And it's like everything Trump does, I'm annoyed by. I'm just like surprised, I think, more by what Trump does. Because there's no other president that would ever serve like burger. I mean, I get it. You think I'm this person that just hates everything he does. Not true. What he did with prison reform, I'm really trying to like the guy.
Yeah.
I really am. And I hear you, Angie, and I appreciate you that.
I mean, the picture of him like this, where he's so proud.
And you know,
I'm sorry, but we can all afford fast food. We can't all afford a nice dinner. Like, you could have just gotten them something nice. I don't know.
Also,
That's just my problem.
Trump's also trolling us. Like, he knows we're going to be talking
I
about this.
know. He wants us to talk about
Angie,
it.
I'm sort of doing what he wanted. He wanted distraction from all of the other talk. This was distraction. He knew he would get it. On Twitter, he wrote, "I paid myself 1,000 hamburgers," and spelled it wrong. He knows how to spell hamburger.
Yeah.
He spelled it wrong. Whatever it is.
But that's a good point, Angie.
Yeah,
it is
we
a
hear
good
you.
point because I think a lot of people feel that way. So
Yeah.
thank you for writing in, Angie.
Yeah.
Singing Mary, chiming in on YouTube. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us today. We should probably get to the fifth host now.
Fifth host. This is so good. This is my favorite story of the day.
Yes. So our fifth host today.
Wait, the Masoko, how do you know no one else would have done that? Obama was a fast food lover. I agree,
Again,
but when you
fair.
come to a White House dinner, and I've been to like 2 in my lifetime, it is an
What?
honor.
You've gotten to go to the White House?
Yeah, but I'm not talking like, I'm not like chilling with the president.
Still, that's so cool.
But it's an honor, and they serve really beautiful china. And when you go as Clemson Tigers players, you would expect to have some kind of like
And they
White
do
House
usually
formal dining,
have
right.
a formal dinner for these men because they're
It's exciting. I had egg. I was a Christmas dinner at George H.W. Bush. I had a lot of eggnog, and that's where I discovered I was lactose intolerant in the blue room at the White House.
Did you have to use the bathroom?
I
at the White
sure
House?
did. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God. Let's move on from that. So the fifth host question today is Gillette. Gillette just released a new ad, and some people are saying it's very progressive and sends a good message, but some people are saying that it takes
big.
traditional masculinity and makes that masculinity toxic.
So let me explain the ad a little bit. Do we
We,
have
we
it?
actually
Perfect.
have it. So it's about 2 minutes long, so take a look. Leo's going to pull it up for us. Take a look.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual
Toxic
harassment.
masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Who's the daddy?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool. Not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, for acting like you gonna shake it.
and small.
I am strong.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement.
So, yeah, a little teary-eyed. I think that ad's very emotional. I think a lot of us got the same feeling from that, but there are a lot of people across America right now who don't have a good feeling about this ad. A lot of alpha males is what they're calling themselves, say that this is turning being an alpha male, making that seem toxic.
Yeah, I just want to give a few statements about this. I think this is the new Nike. I think this is Nike
totally agree with
2.0.
you.
I think we saw what happened when they got Colin Kaepernick. You saw a raise in their stocks, even though it caused a lot of debate. You saw Nike move forward politically as a brand.
Because it's something that's happening now.
Correct. And
Yes.
it's very now. And to be honest,
Yep.
if you want to be a brand right now, you somehow, some ways have to somewhat get political. And this is a political
It is,
ad. I mean, let's be
100%.
honest. They chose very left-wing, progressive hosts.
Clips, yeah,
and
viral
hosts.
clips,
So
yeah.
I do understand that. I think the moment that's getting alpha males really upset is the moment when the two boys are playing and wrestling at the picnic.
Okay.
And the men who are flipping the burger say, let's go
Boys
break it
will
up.
be boy.
And they say boys will be boys, and then they realize no, let's
Yeah.
break this up. A lot of our staff was saying, hey, that is boys will be boys, and a lot of the other staff were saying, no, that's a bullying
That's
someone
what
else.
starts off that,
Right.
yeah.
So it really, for Gillette to call out themselves in an old sexist ad, for Gillette to be speaking about this, and here's my third take and final take, and then I'll talk to you guys about what you thought. Women control the pocketbook of the family. And when you can touch a female like that, especially that mansplaining part, right?
Smile, honey.
Smile,
that
honey.
kind of
Or
thing.
let me explain what she meant in the boardroom. I'm going to be at the supermarket, and many moms and dads, and I mean
Step
moms and
ahead of
wives,
you.
and I'm going to be buying Gillette now because I see that it makes me think of that
100%.
feeling. And that is a
100%.
brilliant ad choice.
I mean, for me, and I know Sam said this earlier, I'm going to buy Gillette now because of that. I think that a lot of people feel that way today. We actually have a great comment coming in from DBL Nation. Derek Lewandowski, I love that last name, on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. I thought this was a great ad and that it challenges us to be better as men. Good on them for not even using the word razor in the entire
I know.
ad. How cool is that, though?
And
It gives
also-
me chills.
I know.
How cool is that?
And also, what's the most masculine item, really? A razor. You
A
think
razor.
of a man shaving. You think like
Shaving, yeah.
cowboys. You think
Yep.
of. So someone wrote in, why do you think this is political? It's for me, it's all personal. Carrie Adams said that. The reason I said that, and I said it specifically, is because, and if you look at it from the other side, they didn't choose neutral. My only point is that scene where they show the talk show people.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, the anchors.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know that, they're all like the Young Turks. All of those are people I recognize that are incredibly left wing.
And progressive, yeah.
So that was the only moment I meant. The rest of it is just humanity at the best of it, in my opinion. Now, I'm just speaking from the other point of view. They're saying, well, you're shoving a razor down my throat. I don't need to hear this. And also, you didn't represent the other side of it in that ad. So I'm trying to give you what the other side is thinking. For me, I burst into tears. It was phenomenal.
Yep.
I thought it was personal, humanitarian, so manly, so sexy. Terry Crews.
Oh yeah,
up
I
there.
loved hearing from
Ah.
Terry Crews, but a lot of people don't feel that way.
Yeah, so
a lot
if
of
you're
people
one of
feel
those
like,
people,
yeah,
Millie Rentis just wrote us in,
Yes.
I love it, all caps. Teach boys to love and respect one another.
Yes.
Do what's right. No more boys will be boys. What they are doing is just wrong. And I would love to find out if you had a problem with it. If you didn't, Kevin said I had no problem with it. It was a great ad. I got to be honest, I could see it at the Super Bowl, the most masculine moment in American history, the Super Bowl, and then you have a Gillette with the masculine razor,
Yep.
and it's about treating women with respect. That's huge.
Yep, Christopher on
Huge.
Twitter. I just want to get in one more comment from DBL Nation. Christopher, thank you for joining us on Twitter, by the way. He says, I can't love this enough. I was a boy picked on in school, but then got bigger so I could defend those who got bullied. It's a reason why I served. Thank you for serving. He goes on to say, I've taught my son to treat others how you want to be treated with respect regardless. Hashtag the best men can be. Thank
is
you
this,
so much for
Christopher?
writing in, Christopher. We really appreciate you writing in. That comment gave me chills. I think that is the point of the ad. I think that's exactly, you got the point. You're already doing it, but I think it's going to be great if other people can take that from the ad and do the same thing you're already doing.
Yeah, and guess what? Now we get to single out people like you. What other ad allows you to single out people,
People who are
like
doing
you?
something good.
Exactly.
Oh,
we
I
wouldn't
love
have
it.
heard your story if
No.
it weren't for Gillette.
You're exactly right,
So
Tori.
as
That's
a
a really good
woman,
point.
Gillette makes women razors too.
And
so
a lot
now
of people
I'm
are
buying
actually
it for myself.
a lot of people are saying the prices are a little too different with the women's versus the men's, and they need to be more even, is what they're saying.
Okay, well, I'm
That's a
sure
really
they'll
good
listen
point.
to that.
Yep.
Singing Mary just writes in, I don't see why an alpha male would be upset upset by this either. Like you said, we learn by example, and this has to do with humanity, being a good man and setting a good example. Let me give you a tweet that someone wrote in about the ad, which is ironic. It starts with, "This ad had me in tears," speaking about an alpha male, which is ironic. But he said, "I'm an alpha male, and what you're saying to me is you castrated me." And I think what I think and what I'm hearing is, it's that scene where the two boys are wrestling. They're saying, let a male be a male. And what a lot of the other people in our meeting said is, that wasn't a men, boys being boys. One of the kids was bullying. If you look closely, you could see it.
Yes, I think
could see
some
it
people
being
missed
bullied.
that part of the ad, that they were just playing around. They're not. One of the kids is being bullied. So I think that's probably why people are confused,
But
maybe.
that scene seems to be the most interesting.
I agree
Kevin
with you.
Ang, I just want to finish up with this, is a razor is a rite of passage for all sorts of men. And for Gillette to use it to talk about masculine, think about it. You go through puberty, and that's when you pick up the razor.
Yep, and that's when you learn those
what is right and
habits
wrong?
of bullying or respect.
Great point.
That's a really great point. Thank you, DBL Nation, as always, for joining us. You're gonna see your comments on the show.
They're
so
going
please
crazy.
keep sending them in.
Oh, and we're adding more time for your comments at Fifth Host,
Yes.
and less of our comments. So make sure to write in, because you have more of a chance of getting read.
And again, it's a safe space. We want to have a debate with you, and we want it to be a safe space. So
Love to hear your
please send
opinions
us
on
your
this.
comments. We're gonna go to Heart Threads now, and this one is a really good new one. So check it out.
Yes.
I couldn't believe the amount of hate and ignorance that was out there. Children like Sophia are children. To be honest, many people don't even view her as a human. And I'm really just fighting for the most basic human right. She deserves respect, and she deserves dignity. It was shocking to hear that news, that your child might not survive birth. I was 34 weeks pregnant when I found out that Sophia had facial, hand, and foot deformities. I went to an ultrasound at 34 weeks, and that's when they told me I needed to see a specialist right away. They were trying to figure out what they were looking at in the ultrasound. It felt like my world was caving in. Sophia is 10 years old, and she is profoundly disabled, and she was also born with facial deformities. She has Rett syndrome, and that causes seizures, issues with breathing, tremors, and it takes away your ability to walk, talk, and pretty much do anything for yourself. But she is the strongest human being I know. She's sweet, and she's positive, and she loves to cuddle. When I would first take Sophia out when she was a baby, people were very mean and they were cruel. I felt really depressed and sad that people couldn't accept my child and see how amazing she really is. And from that point on, I began to retreat and stay a bit more private. I would have to muster up just so much strength just to go to the grocery store, only to be brought back down again because someone else did something mean or stared and whispered or completely avoided us. I have fought for Sophia's life since the day she was born. I know that one day I will lose her to one of her conditions. Almost 3 years ago that I made the decision to no longer hide and no longer allow my fear and my pain to control me and what I did. You don't hear from parents of profoundly disabled children and one with facial deformities very often. My fight turned into a global fight, really, when I fought against Twitter to take down a post using Sophia's image to promote abortion for disabled children. And I was like, I'm no longer gonna take this. I'm not gonna sit back and allow people to do harmful things to my child and to others who are different. And so I fought back, and the more I was in the public eye, the more hate and criticism and judgments I would receive. But I've gotten used to it, to be honest, and I think it's a pretty powerful place to be because I'm unstoppable now. I'm going to continue to fight, and I'm going to continue to expose the hate so that we can change it. Really, I feel like that's what I love more than anything else that I do, is helping others, and it's what I'm meant to do. It's a part of who I am, which before I didn't know who I was. And this has really put me in the place where I am no longer hiding myself, and I am being real and authentic and sharing our story, a glimpse into our lives, hopefully changing the stigma that surrounds profoundly disabled children and people with facial deformities. Society has all taught us what success and value and beauty mean, but I would like to challenge everyone else to create their own definition. When you see true beauty and you realize there's value in every single human being, no matter what their ability is, it can change the world. I really do believe unconditional love can change the world.